It's the AFC Asian Cup final taking place on Saturday, February 10th at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. It's Qatar, the Maroons, who are into the final for the second straight time. They won the last tournament, and they'll be hosting surprise finalist Jordan, the Lنشامى, the Chivalrous ones, who are here for the first time ever. Now, only 3 other teams have ever won back-to-back titles in the Asian Cup. So let's break down the odds, potential player props, the form of both of these teams, some key stats, and a best bet for the game in this video. If we look at the odds, Jordan would be the underdogs at plus 275, the draw being plus 210, and Qatar being favored to win in regulation at plus 115. Now, to win the trophy just at all by any means, by any method, Jordan would be plus 137, with Qatar being favored at minus 188. Scoring prop-wise, over 2.5 being plus 140, under minus 188. Both teams to score yes, plus 110. Both teams to score no, favored at minus 150. Now for Jordan, they got here now playing in the group stage. They beat Malaysia 4-0, drew South Korea 2-2, lost to Bahrain 1-0. In the round of 16, they beat Iraq 3-2, winning deep into stoppage time. In the quarterfinals, they beat Tajikistan 1-0, but they needed a second half own goal to get that win. Now in last round, they meet South Korea again. It's a group stage rematch, this time in the semis, and they had an impressive 2-0 win where they let in shots 17-8 and kept South Korea completely off the board when it came to shots on target, taking that category 7-0, despite only having 30% possession. But this is the way that Jordan has been playing this tournament, as 5 of their 6 games they've had under 50% of the possession, and the one game where they didn't, they did actually lose. Now Al-Namat and Al-Tamari each scored in the second half in the 53rd and 66 minutes for them to get that win. For Qatar, in the group stage, they beat Lebanon 3-0, they beat Tajikistan 1-0, and beat China 1-0. In the round of 16, they beat Palestine 2-1 with a second half PK goal. In the quarterfinals, it was a win over Uzbekistan, but it was tied 1-1. They needed an Uzbekistan own goal, and then they needed the PKs to move on to the next round, which was the semifinals. And it was a wild showdown with Iran. That saw Iran score early with just 4 minutes into the game, but Qatar would level in the 17th, take a lead in the second half in the 43rd minute, but Iran would tie in the 51st with a PK, and with extra time looking like it was coming, the Maroons got the winner late in the game in the 82nd minute to get that win. Iran did, though, lead in shots 22-15, but Qatar had more shots on target, 8-5. Iran led in possession 59% and dominated the corners in that game 12-1. Should you be looking to bet any player props for players to get on the score sheet, Jordan's had 5 different scores this tournament, but Yazan Al-Namat and Musa Al-Tamari each lead with 3 goals, and Muhammad Al-Mari with 2 as well is another multiple goal scorer. Both are first and second in shots and shots on target with 20 and 8 and 14 and 7 as well. For Qatar, they've had just 3 scores. Akram Afif has 4, Hassan Al-Hayados 2, and Almos Ali 1. Afif is the clear leader in shots and shots on target with 13 and 7. So if you were looking for a Qatari player to score, he has to be the best bet there. Head-to-head between these teams, Qatar has dominated the history with 12 wins, 5 draws, and 5 losses. They are 4-3-1 in the last 7 games between them. Qatar has won the last 2 meetings by scorelines of 2-0 in friendlies back in 2018 and 2014. So there's not much recent history to go off of here. Now, if we look at the form for these teams, they've now won 3 straight, and they have 3 straight wins and 5 wins in 8, but only 5 wins in across their past 15. They've scored a goal in 8 of 9 games and also in 26 of 29 games, but they've also conceded a goal in 14 of 17, so their games have been relatively wide open. There's been 2 or more goals in their 15 of their past 17 games as well. In the Asian Cup only, they've scored 12 goals. They've allowed 5 in their 6 games. For Qatar, they've been in good form. They've won all 6 of their Asian Cup games, but they did need PKs to advance in one of them. They are 10-1-2 in their past 12. They've scored a goal in 10 straight games and also in 12 of 14 in this tournament. In their 6 games, they've scored 11 times and they've allowed just 4 goals. They started the tournament off with 3 straight clean sheets, but now bets on both teams to score have hit in each of their last 3 knockout stage games. For the best bet in this game, I do think Jordan has been impressive. It's great to make it here for the first time. I do think they needed some luck to go in their favor, as they only won 1 of 3 of the group stage games. They also needed late goals to get past the round of 16. They needed an own goal to get out of the quarterfinals. And however, shutting out South Korea last round and keeping them to 0 shots on target is very impressive. And Qatar, too, has needed some help from PKs and own goals in the knockout round. but I still think Qatar just have been a bit more consistent. They have that home field edge. And actually, when they fell behind to Iran last game, that was the first time they had been behind in an Asian Cup game since the group stage of 2015. So I'm going to bet Qatar on the money line to win this game. What do you think? Can Qatar win a back-to-back title? Drop your picks in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for the channel to get more soccer picks in the AFCON finals, European soccer, and Super Bowl picks this weekend. Good luck.